Alrighty, y'all. Hello and welcome to a video about the weirdest Italian cars over the years. Now, European cars in general, you know, are extremely fascinating to me. A lot of them, of course, that we didn't ever get in our U.S. market over here. And you guys have had a lot of vehicles that I just don't know about. And as someone who knows about a lot of stuff over here, it's very weird to see tons of cars that I don't know about. And that's why I love, this channel. Love learning about this stuff. So let's jump into this. All right, so starting out with number 10, we have the Abarth 1500. What is this? Now, you're going to have to expect that I'm going to mispronounce things. I'm sorry. So this is the, I'm assuming, Biposto or Biposto, something like that. This thing is hella weird, indeed. First things that stand out is the fact that the wheel wells are like, it's like someone cut into them, right? On the back sides of them. So you see this part and the middle part hugs the tire as you would expect, but then it flares way out, right? There's all this extra room for some reason. And same with the rear, right? Look how much of the rear tire is exposed. It's not really tucked in there. Now, I kind of like when automakers or cars just do something different like this. Not really sure if it works because it looks like, it kind of looks cool from this angle, but it looks weird from this angle because it's like the body is drooping, like hanging so far over the tires. That's not a really good look. If we can ignore that, though, I kind of like the front. It is bizarre, but I like it. I mean, you have this huge light in the middle that's also a different color than the regular headlights. It's kind of smooth, like head on, I guess. This only had a 75 horsepower four-cylinder motor, had a top speed of 112 miles per hour. I mean, look, it's kind of interesting. I wouldn't say it's ugly, but I wouldn't say it's beautiful either. It's very odd. Indeed. Moving on to number 9, the Autobianchi A112 Runabout. Was this a real car? This looks like a concept. Man, I mean, that is literally a wedge, right? I know there were some cars in the 70s that had this sort of design, like, trying some weird designs like this. This one is really out there, though, because, what's up with these? What is up with those? Are those the lights? The headlights? They are the headlights. They frequently appearing in pop-up units, with these types of cars in the era. Autobianchi, or rather Gandini, took a different approach, relocating them to the rear rollover hoop. Okay, how weird and awkward is that? I'm sorry, those lights are going to be right next to your head. For one, that's going to get hot. Second of all, they're going to be right in your face. Like, they might be on the side of you, but you're going to see that, right? The light, flares out. That's just so awkward. I can't even believe it. Not to mention, it might make some noise, right? There might be some wind noise, and there's no mirrors on this thing either. This thing's a mess. Thankfully, it was a prototype. It doesn't look like this was a production car. I don't imagine it would have been. It's too weird. There's weird, and then there's too weird. Also, is this literally the fuel tank? Like, is that a fuel filler? Is this the fuel tank just chilling right here? Like, come on. This is too crazy. Yeah, don't get rear-ended in that. All right, we have the Cisitalia, or no, the Cisitalia. Cisitalia 202 CMM Vignale. Now, this is weird, but it's also kind of cool. This is the best looking one so far. I like the lines on this thing. It's kind of a daring design, but it works, right? It's one I can actually appreciate. Yeah, I like this a lot. So a two-seater, Fiat-sourced suspension, brakes, rather. All tipping the scales at 1,675 pounds. So this is a light car. Very, very light. Had a 1.1 liter four-cylinder Fiat engine. Fitted with twin Weber carbs. 60 horsepower, top speed of 103. I mean, a little lackluster on the drivetrain, I suppose. But then again, I mean, this is a long time ago, right? I mean, it's a cool car. I didn't notice till right now, this is from 1946. So I'm actually even more impressed. I mean, 1946, yeah, this car is very, very elegant, very cool. The Fiat Multipla. This makes its way on a lot of lists. I still haven't deep dove into this car. I will someday, I promise. I have to. But yes, this is super weird. Ugly as could be. And just weird enough to attracting weirdos like me. I actually kind of like it. I think it's ugly. I think it doesn't make sense. But if I had, more time to figure this stuff out and more disposable income, I would love to just buy one of these and import it just so I could drive this around and see people's reactions to this. I freaking love this. I want one so bad here in the States. Are these cheap? Can I find a cheap one of these and import that? Let me know, because I would so drive this around and park it and see people's reactions to this. That would be hilarious. If we can ignore the looks of this thing, I imagine this might be like somewhat practical, right? Like, is there any silver lining to this thing? Does it do something really well? I imagine it might. I mean, look at the lights, right? The lights are here. The fogs are there. What are these, right? Like, what are the lights about? Like, it's such a weird situation. Not to mention, it looked like they just glued the front end on from another car onto this. Like, we all know it doesn't make sense. Not to mention, it's very futuristic because it looks like it's all glass, like you're in a glass bubble. I probably wouldn't want to roll over in this thing, but that's just me. I don't care. I like it in the weirdest way, and I want one. Number 6, Alfa Romeo Scarabeo. I probably said that wrong as well. Scarabeo, something like that, maybe. This is kind of cool. Maybe it's a little narrow. If it was a little wider, the proportions might be just a little bit better. This is weird, right? It's not ugly. It's not really, super cool either. It's cool enough, but it's weird for sure. I wanted to know if it was real. It is a concept. Okay. It was a sports car nose and bread van rear end. Wow. I guess it could be. Yeah. I wouldn't have gone as far to say it was a bread van, but it kind of is. I guess you're right. All right. What in the hell is this? The Covini C6W. Would this even be street legal? Do they? They allow multi-axle trucks. Could they allow a car with 2 front axles in any country? Is that like a thing? I don't know. I guess it could be. It would be legal because there's 6x6 G-Wagons. I'm pretty sure they're in Europe and they're in the U.S. So why would this be an issue? I guess not. This is very weird, though. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, I can't get over the 6-wheel thing. To some people, it might make it really cool. To me, it like makes it less cool. It's like, what? That's so weird, right? It's so gimmicky. Wow, I did not expect to see a Ferrari on this list, but we have a 330 GT Navarro Special. And I'll admit, this is not a Ferrari I was familiar with. A lot of classic Ferraris are beautiful. Now, I'm not a Ferrari expert either, but yeah, this is not one I've heard of, and maybe for good reason. I'm not a fan. This thing is crazy. Look at that overhang. Good God. That should be a crime. This thing looks like if you take off, it's just going to fall on its ass, right? Like it's just going to hang back. The front end's going to lift up, and you're going to be dragging here. Hopefully the engine's in the front to counterweight that, right? I'll be honest. What it looks like is right here, the sweeping kind of fastback portion of the car. Looks like they took like a 67 Dodge Charger and slapped it. They took this rear section of a Charger and slapped it on a Ferrari. It just doesn't mix well. They both, Ferraris usually look good, and I love how Chargers looked in the 60s, but they don't look good together. But admittedly, this does have a 4-liter V12 and a top speed of 150. So for the time, that's really impressive. And I guess if this thing smoked tires and winning races, guess you got to respect it. The Pininfarina Model X. What on earth? There was a Model X before Tesla, and this is it. Equally as weird. Wow. This couldn't have been real, right? I doubt it. The only thing I could even compare this to, if you just squint and look at the doors and like the way the headlights work, like are constructed, I kind of think of Citroen a little bit, but it doesn't work like those do. Those look really good, even though they are a bit weird. This, I kind of appreciate the effort, but I don't like three-wheeled cars. And it's like the proportions aren't right on this thing. The rear overhang is crazy, too much. And then the front is just, it's like the front got cut off. The Zagato Zele 1000. What on earth is this even a car? Can you call this a car? I think my golf cart has a bigger wheelbase than this. Holy smokes. Who fits in this? That is hilarious. It's hilarious. I'll give it that. It's kind of fun to look at. It's just so bizarre. The color. I mean, it's got to be a bright color, right? That's your only chance. You got to be a bright color. Even a Honda Civic is going to be slapping this out of the way. If you get rear-ended in this, like, holy, good luck, right? I would have never guessed that this was real, and I would have never guessed it was Italian. Like, who knew? All right, now this is crazy. I did not know this either. This is old, I'm pretty sure. And this thing is a freaking EV. It's electric. How weird is that? It had 4 12-volt batteries and a single direct drive motor. It had a top speed of 25 miles per hour, and it only had a range of 50 miles. What a nightmare. Is there any of these left, surviving that are drivable? I would be curious to hear. Finally, we have the Lamborghini, what the heck? Egoista? Egoista, I'm going to go with that. I don't know if that's correct or not. Now, even Lamborghini, who does make some awesome, badass vehicles, right? I think we all know that. Sometimes they can miss. I'm either thinking that people either really like this because it's super exotic or they don't like it. I hate to admit, I don't like it. Like, Lamborghini makes so many cool looking cars. This one is too out there, right? When they're like, ooh, we make exotic stuff. That's make it more crazy. And then the next one, that's make it more crazy. And they keep making them crazier. This one went off. Like, you're off the, you're past the line. Like, you're too crazy now. There's a hot sweet spot where it works, and then you're past it with this. This is too crazy. It just doesn't work, right? I mean, I get the whole kind of like fighter jet inspired, I mean, I would argue a lot of their cars have subtle fighter jet like cues, but this is like fighter jet is a fighter jet. They look awesome. This is like trying to be one, and it's not, and so it falls short. It's I'm kind of at this point, it's so weird. I'm more interested in the orange wheels. Those are kind of cool. The rest of the car, it's like, nah. Well, I would love to see your comments on that. Do you agree with me on some of these? Maybe you totally disagree. More so, have you seen any of these in person? Some of these were real. Some of these were concepts. That last Lambo was like not a real production car, but they did make it. It looked like it was fully drivable and like it is a real car. So it's probably been shown places. Yeah, but to be interested to hear if you saw one of these, you knew someone that had one, whatever the story is. And I am definitely going to do a video on the Multipla soon. Believe it or not. I might be crazy, or you might think you're crazy hearing this. I don't know which. But I think my favorite car out of this whole list was the Multipla. I want one. And I damn it, I'm going to find a way. I want to buy one. That would be so freaking cool. Think of the videos I could make with that. Think of the experience I could have driving that around in the middle of the Midwest in the USA. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the comments now. I appreciate you watching. This could be it for this one. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.